Blessings. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome to Womb Wednesdays. I hope everyone is well tonight. We're coming up to that full moon, so you know, some things can shift a little or a lot. Okay, I'm here. When you're ready to schedule, I'll be here. I'm going nowhere. Good night. So welcome. Welcome everyone who has come on to the live. I am Ramona Riley, aka the Vagina Lady, and owner of Cosmic Woman. This is the place that we talk about everything reproductive. This is the safe space for reproductive health and all types of health, but especially reproductive health. Tonight, on a Wednesday, every Wednesday, we focus on something that tackles or heals or releases or something to do with the reproductive system. Now, it's almost the end of February, and I actually realized that I have not done a questions or answers at all during this entire month. So I'm not doing anything I was planning to do. And the plan is really just to take some questions and answers so that you guys can get a better understanding. It's really always very important for everyone to have an understanding of what it is that they need to do and where they are. And yes, of course, I'm usually going to tell you get a consultation because I can help you more. But just understanding what the condition is or knowing what not to do can really, really help the maintenance or the healing of whatever reproductive issue there is. So we are going to do questions and answers, of course. Before every Womb Wednesdays, we do prayer. And then after, I will definitely be taking in whatever questions that you guys have. And until the questions come in, I will just talk. Because, of course, clearly I can talk away. So please bow your heads, do what you would usually do for prayer, and I will lead the prayer. Dear God, we all come to you humbled for the unconditional love, the things you have created to allow us to heal our bodies and maintain our health. We thank you for the amazing body that we have at this moment. The body that can regenerate and heal and fix itself. We ask you to surround us with positive energy, peace in our hearts and in our minds. And we also ask you to open our minds to the things that will allow us to be the best versions of ourselves. Amen. Okay. So for everyone who's just coming on, welcome, 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 welcome. So we are doing questions and answers tonight. I am open to people coming on video and sharing the platform with me for questions and answers. Or if you just want to write your question and then I will answer. So I've realized over the time that I have been doing reproductive wellness and womb wellness and cosmic woman, that there are certain things that are not really, can't be said enough. And the things that can't be said enough is watching your periods, listening to your periods, allowing your periods to tell a story and you understand what the story is so that you can give your body what it needs and what it doesn't need. A lot of times we find ourselves ignoring what is going on. And it is not until we are at an extreme situation that we now do something about it. Another thing is that we realize that we do not get we get the first opinion, we do not get the second opinion, we do not get the third opinion. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you are seeing a gynecologist and they tell you something, take it, listen, go to the next one. Listen to what their treatment would be. Figure out what you want to do, what's more realistic. Because what one doctor would do, another doctor wouldn't, because they wouldn't see a need for. And another doctor could just be a little bit more extreme. So please, remember to get your second opinion and even your third opinion. Apart from that, I also realize that a lot of women do not focus on the types of underwear and the types of pads that they use. Now guys, the pads. We have to be aware of what types of pads we're using. The chlorine bleach, the pesticides, the plastic, the fragrance, all of it. We have to literally stop using them. We need to tackle into more of the natural aspect, because we're going to find that we're going to bleed less and we're going to not create more toxins in our reproductive system from just our sanitary napkins. Like, periods for a lot of women are painful enough, they're uncomfortable enough, they're annoying enough. To now add this entity, or to continue to use this entity that is harmful, is only going to make the periods worse. If you change your periods, change your pads, you're going to realize your period changes too. If you drink the womb tea or the hormonal tea, you're going to realize that your period changes and shifts as well. So when we go this natural route, our body responds. Our body must respond. And if your body does not respond, then there is another hurdle that we need to cross. But then we cross it. And we cross it, and it's no stress and it's no strain. And it shouldn't be a stress or a strain. Healing the body should not be painful. As we heal, things get better, easier. When you look at the testimonials on Cosmic Woman's IG page, the women's periods are getting better way before they get pregnant. They've come to me for fertility. But their periods, they are great. They're not 7 days anymore. They're not clotty anymore. The color of their period when it starts is different. It's more of a fresher blood color. There's no pain, there's no bloating, there's no cramps, there's no fatigue. These are the things that are important because they speak volumes. And so this changes. It changes easy. Easy. So when a woman comes to me and she says, oh, I have painful periods, or they're uncomfortable, it's an easy fix, a painful period. That is easy. Easy. I mean, fertility in itself is pretty easy in itself as well. But healing a period from unhealthy to healthy is like, it's easy. We don't even have to stress. We don't have to take too long. It speaks for itself. So there's no one that should be sitting here suffering with a painful period. Absolutely no one. No long periods, no bloating, no back pain, no leg cramping, no nothing. You literally should just be coasting by, enjoying life, and not bothered by the period. If you want to wear pink, you wear pink. If you want to wear white, you wear white. And you're not bothered because, I mean, you're just on your period. It's not a death sentence. It's not, now I have to shift my whole lifestyle. It's not. And it shouldn't be. So I have a question. Hey, good night. I have suffered from an irregular cycle since high school and I'm now 35. I have been on low dose OTC pills. I saw your live 2 weeks ago and you mentioned red maca. I got it. Awesome. Okay. So red maca definitely will help with regulating the period, okay? Now, if your periods have been irregular for a long time, we really have to get to the root and the gut. And a lot of times that is the liver and also the uterus. So you want to focus on that, okay? I'm not sure what else is happening, but the ovaries are also something you might want to focus on as well, okay? So some evening primrose, vitamin C, that would be great for you to do as well. Your red maca, mix it with your womb tea, you're good to go. I'm not discussing birth control. It is questions and answers. So please, if you have a question about birth control, please shout, send it through so that I can answer. Okay, so in terms of 500 milligrams, is it a powder or is it a capsule? Let me know. I would say I don't know enough about the condition that you're going through. So what I would say to you is follow the instructions on the label. Follow that, okay? If you want to send me a DM and give me more of an inside understanding, that will be different. But as of right now, I would say just follow the ingredients that is on the back of the red maca. If you have one fibroid, how long will it take to shrink with your treatments? It depends. Every woman is different. Some women have fibroids for years, and so it takes a little longer sometimes to shrink it because it's calcified and it's, you know, it gets a little more stubborn the older it is, just like us humans. But usually, the fibroids will shrink. You have to have a realistic understanding that if it took you 2 years to develop this fibroid or for it to get to this size, then I mean you can't expect in 2 months it to be shrunk. It's just not realistic. I mean, it can happen, anything can happen. I mean, my adenomyosis went away in 2.5 months. I mean, anything is possible. But if we're talking about realistically and what usually happens, that's not usually the case. So I would say don't worry about how long it takes. Start the process. Start the process with your foods. Start the process with your holistic care and get it done. I have a period for 10 days every month. 10 days is way too long. Way too long. Your period shouldn't last more than 4 days max. So we got to cut that down. On the last or second to last day of your period, do a steam. You might find that will definitely work out. Okay, that will definitely help to shorten it. Changing your pads to natural pads will help to shorten it. If you need pads, let me know. We have them. Just send us a DM. All of that good stuff. Discharge, I'll say so. Brown discharge, gray discharge, pink discharge, sticky discharge. Oh my gosh, discharge. I need to do a live about discharge. It's clear, right? When does the brown discharge come? Before the period, after the period, sporadically? I mean, I don't know. I would have to know more to even answer that question. Red maca, yes, I would do the red maca every day. You can put it in a smoothie. You can swallow it since it's in a capsule for sure. Check your vitamin C and your evening primrose, okay? Make sure it doesn't have gelatin in it. Make sure it doesn't have water in it. Make sure it doesn't have certain fillers in it. Because when the fillers are in it, it takes away from it. Okay, so check that out. And also watch your diet. What do you recommend for PCOS? Oh, Lord, PCOS. Ah, boy, that thing called PCOS. So what I would say is that you want to change your diet. You want to remove all estrogen-driven foods, skin stuff, hair products, all of that from your body. That's what you want to focus on. Apart from that, You want to make sure in terms of your meats and that type of thing, you're not doing too many meats that have estrogen. Gluten, you want to remove gluten from your body. Very, very important. Gluten is not good for you if you suffer from PCOS or endometriosis or any of those other conditions. I would also make sure that I am feeding the ovaries in themselves. So if it's vitamin C, or if it's evening primrose, or if it's a plant-based multivitamin, or it's vitamin D3, you're going to need a bunch of things to strengthen those ovaries. Very, very important. I would say that you can definitely start there. That would be enough to get the ball rolling. I would not suggest birth control for PCOS. No, I do not recommend birth control for really anything, really, to be honest. Because I don't think that it heals anything. It doesn't get to the root of the problem. The whole point of wellness, the whole point of womb wellness is to heal it from the source, from the root. And birth control only masks everything and creates a false reality. And I hate it. Oh God, do I hate it. Oh God, we don't have a good relationship. Moving on. What is the difference between red maca and regular maca? Okay, so red maca is good for women. It's good for fertility. It's good for regulating the period. When it is regular maca, it is a mixture. It's a mixture of red. It's a mixture of black. It's a mixture of yellow. And if you're seeking fertility, regular maca is not it. If you're seeking fertility as a woman, red maca is it. If you are male and you're seeking fertility, black maca is it. So that's the difference. What would you recommend for a person who's suffering from whatever reflux disease? Okay, so any reflux disease that you are suffering from is going to be a gut issue. Okay, so you have to look at your diet. Diet, all the way diet. So dairy, you have to check that out. Okay, the types of foods that you're eating and how acidic they are, you need to check as well. So maybe tomatoes might not be your friend. Okay, it might have too much acid. Maybe some of the sugars that you use might not be good. So you want to look into what you're eating. Very, 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 very important. Okay. Apart from that, I would say to strengthen, because now you want to strengthen. So I would say definitely do some probiotics, 100 billion cultures or somewhere close to that, anywhere from 50 billion live cultures on, I would suggest when it comes to the probiotics. I would also say coconut oil. Take a tablespoon of coconut oil and swallow it every day, or put it in your smoothie. You'll find that that would make some huge changes and shifts as well. If you would like something for the digestive health, you can send us a DM as well. We can make a tea for you. I also suggest the castor oil treatment if that's something you suffer from, because the castor oil treatment really tackles the digestive system. Okay, anybody who's just coming in, we're talking questions and answers. Do you treat ladies with polyps in the uterus? Yes, I do. The cost for the pads, in Jamaica, they run anywhere from $700 to $1,200. In the US, they run anywhere from $6 to $8. The discharge is always there. The discharge comes out white, then dries looking gray-brown. Okay. So there are some women that discharge every single day. They just leak a little bit more fluid. They're just a little bit more wet, and that's fine. As long as it is that it's not itching, it's not burning, it doesn't have a smell, there's nothing offensive about it, I would not stress about it. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What's the best way to clear up hirsutism brought on by PCOS? Okay, so anything brought on by PCOS is going to, at the end of the day, come back to your gut. Your gut. Are you cleansing? Do a cleanse. Do a juice cleanse. Do a tonic cleanse. Okay. Also focusing on your liver. Now, PCOS comes in different forms. So you want to tackle that. You want to tackle what form is it. Now, of course, if you just have PCOS, there's some things that we can do and just say, here, do that. That's for PCOS. But if you have, let's just say, PCOS that involves that high male hormone, and we don't focus on that, and we're just focusing on your estrogen level, then your male hormone is going to continue to be high. So the more we know is the more that we can do. Okay, so I definitely suggest making sure that the liver is healthy, making sure the digestive system in itself is healthy, and of course balancing the hormones. So watching your diet. Yes, we have long ones and we have longer and fatter ones as well. So just send us a DM. Yes, send us a DM about the polyp as well. I'm not sure. I would have to know maybe what's in the yoni steam. I find that when I'm steaming, I do pee. Like if I steam for 45 minutes or an hour, I pee probably twice or 3 times in that space. And that's of course just because of the heat and that type of thing. But in general, you are not supposed to finish your steam and then for a while just be peeing a lot. That's not really usually how it's supposed to go. So what I would suggest is maybe sending me the picture of the ingredients of the yoni steam and let me know. Also, please remember that what you're steaming with and what you're steaming in is very important. It's what throws off so many other issues, and then the steaming doesn't work because now you're also creating toxins and putting toxins in your body. Okay? Do you do any treatments for fibroids? Of course, of course. Fibroids is an estrogen issue. Of course we do things for fibroids. We heal fibroids physically, mentally, and emotionally. Because with fibroids, you have to do that. You have to heal from all of those aspects, or it's not going to work. Is it possible to have PCOS symptoms and not have cystic ovaries? Yes, it is. It is. And it's just that the ovaries, the cysts have not developed on the ovaries. It just hasn't gotten to that place yet. So yes, I definitely think you can, and you want to do something about it before it gets to that physical entity where now you're having these masses around your ovaries. I love you so much, lady. May the Lord continue to bless you. Thank you, Goddess. That means a lot, and I hope that God blesses you as well and continues to bless you. Okay, so in terms of the hair that's growing, what I would suggest is the hormonal oil blend. You're going to use it on the bottom of your feet. You're going to use it on the palm of your hands. You're going to use it during your manicures, your pedicures, putting it in the water. If you have a tub, you're going to fill up your tub. You're going to put some of the oil in it, and you are going to soak in it with some warm water and allow your pores to pull it in. You also want to be on the hormonal tea blend. The hormonal tea blend will help a lot with also balancing the hormones and removing that male hormone that's creating this hair. How do you know if you have cystic ovaries? Well, you do an ultrasound and they would say, oh, we see cysts around your ovary. So you just have to do a transvaginal pelvic ultrasound. Okay, if you don't know what's happening and pregnancy is not happening, I suggest you do 2 things. Do a transvaginal pelvic ultrasound, and you have to go to your OBGYN for this. If you don't have an OBGYN or you're tired of using that one and it's not going anywhere, send me a DM. I can send you an OBGYN. Go there, do a transvaginal ultrasound, do a HSG test. Okay, a lot of times we don't look at the tubes, and the tubes is what the issue is. Okay, the tubes are blocked, or the tube is damaged, or something with the tubes. So look into that. What inspired you to help people with this issue? Oh Lord. We could do a live just about that. The short version is I had adenomyosis, which is a reproductive issue. it took control of my uterus. At 29, I was told I had to have a hysterectomy because my uterus was so out of whack, and how much pain and how much blood that I was losing. And I decided that I was going to go the natural route instead of taking out my uterus, and so I did that. And in going through the natural route, I definitely tapped into different aspects of healing, not knowing that this type of healing existed, and it empowered me to a place where I ended up healing myself in a very quick time. And through that, I came to the realization that going through it, I felt like I was the only person that's going through this reproductive issue, and oh my God, woe is me, and what did I ever do in my life to deserve all of this stress and strain with my freaking womb? But after going through it, it started to make me think about the fact that I can't be the only woman that's suffering. I can't be the only woman that is complaining about painful sex and painful periods and painful ovulation and painful everything, and every day sucks. And I mean, it was a hot mess. And so in healing myself, I decided, why can't I help and heal others and just bring awareness, I guess. And so that is how this whole situation started, and it's been beautiful and it's been fantastic. And the growth and the awareness that women are seeking, I'm so proud of our women. I am so proud of the women on this earth right now. We are so open. So I don't want to say it's desperation, but I want to say that this is an openness to knowing that there has to be another way, that things don't have to always be so hard, that there does not always have to be resistance that is being plugged in at all times, making everything harder than it has to be. Why? It shouldn't have to be. So in taking this holistic standpoint and changing certain things about the lifestyle and then executing certain treatments, you find that you do not suffer from these conditions that were plaguing your life for years. When I see a woman that's been suffering from infertility for 8 years and she gets pregnant in 6 months, I don't know. I'm a believer. I'm a believer that we can heal our bodies and make our bodies be the best version of itself. The same way that we can do everything else, our emotions, our spiritual being. We can create what it is that we want. We can set the intention, we can put the work behind it and allow it to manifest. And that's what this is about. You gotta put the work in. You can't come to me and just want a quick fix. It's not gonna happen. And I'm not trying to do that, because in 2 months you're gonna call me back telling me, oh my God, I stopped doing it and now it's 10 times worse than it was. This is about getting to the root. This is about healing inside, healing self, healing mind, healing spirit. It's gotta be. When you suffer from fibroids, that's an emotional issue. There is no way that I can heal you physically if I don't heal you mentally and emotionally to remove these fibroids and not let them come back. So me telling you that hormones are emotional probably sounds crazy as hell. And if you go to a regular OBGYN, they're going to tell you that that obia lady is crazy as hell, right? But I'm telling you, it's a tumor. Just like brain cancer being the tumor in there. Just like any other kind of tumorous cancer. Any cancer really is emotional. So when we get into this whole tumor in my uterus or outside of my uterus, it is a negative condition. It is a trauma. It is a stress. It is a strain. It is something that you have been feeling that has manifested into this physical entity. That's what the fibroid is. So your hormones are already whatever, your estrogen level is high, right? Your iron levels are probably low. There are so many other things that's going on in your body. But apart from that, your emotions and your mood, it's huge, being crazy affected. So we have to tackle all of that. Explain the benefits of your womb tea, especially in case of the ovarian cysts. Okay, so the womb tea in itself is great for the digestive health. Digestive health, as I always say, if the digestive system is healthy, the reproductive system also is healthy. Okay, so the womb tea is going to help to allow the digestive system to be its best version of itself. It's also very good for the uterus and the lining of the uterus and the muscle itself in terms of the uterus. So that is what the womb tea is good for. Now the hormonal tea is good for hormones. And an ovarian cyst is a hormonal condition. So if you're going to only get one tea, I would suggest the hormonal tea. If you're willing to get both teas and maybe mix them together, then I would suggest doing that so you're tackling every aspect. Missing my period every other month, does that mean I have PCOS? No, it does not mean you have PCOS, but it definitely means that there is an issue because you should be having a period every single month. Every single month you should be having a period. So if you're not having a period, we got to do something about that. We got to look into that. That is hormonal. Okay. So yes, red maca, hormonal tea blend, womb tea, changing your diet. Those things will definitely help in terms of that. I don't know where you're located in terms of the prices, but send us a DM and let us know where you are and we can let you know the price for anything. Okay, so in terms of your ovary, right? If you want to heal your ovary, evening primrose, vitamin C, those things are great for your ovaries. Great for your ovaries. Also, CoQ10 is also great. I have a cyst. Can I use your products to get rid of it? Yes, you can. You can definitely use the products to get rid of the cyst. Of course, I'm going to tell you to do a consultation because, of course, that allows me to really be able to help you more. But if not, purchase your products and let me know how that goes. You can definitely use our products for that. Getting 2 periods in 1 month, I don't love it. Unless the period ended on the 1st of March and then it came on the 30th of March or something like that. I mean, yeah. Other than that, no. 2 periods in 1 month is hormonal. That's a hormonal problem again. Okay, so in terms of IUDs, I do not love the IUDs that have hormones in them. I'm not a great fan at all. So I usually recommend the copper IUD. It's something I use for a while. I use many IUDs. I use many birth controls and majority of them did not work for me. I did like the copper IUD. I liked that I could keep it in for a long period of time. I liked that it didn't have hormones in it. So that was great as well. But different strokes for different folks. But if you're looking for something that has absolutely no hormones in it, the copper IUD would be it. It lasts for 10 years as well. And of course, because it has no hormones, we're not worried about like a weight gain situation. Okay, so if you want optimum reproductive health, I definitely suggest doing a steam at least once a month on the last day of your period. I also suggest a female vitamin. Every human being should be on a vitamin. Man, woman, boy, girl, infant, old man, everyone should be on something like that. So I suggest that as well. Now, depending on your diet, I would also suggest doing a cleanse every so often, just depending on the types of foods that you consume on a daily basis. Hello. Okay, so someone is saying they want to heal, but it's costly. Listen, you can start the healing process and it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. Okay, cut out the foods that do not help your situation. Buy a tea, do a castor oil treatment. It's $20 for the kit, and you can start right there and you can see that there are results happening just from that. Okay, so don't talk about the cost and it being costly. We can still get it done. I always save the lives. The womb tea is $5 in the US and it's $1,000 in Jamaica. PCOS is a hormone issue, yes. The womb tea is delicious. I love it. It is not a PCOS tea. So I'm not sure which tea you're talking about. Womb tea, nice. Somebody else is saying that. Yeah, I like it. Yes, PCOS can be corrected. You can mix the blue vervain with the red raspberry, yes. Every woman is different. Some women stop having periods by the time they're 49. Some women are having periods up until 55. Every woman is different. I went into this already in terms of hormonal IUDs. I'm not a great fan at all. You can do the HSG test before you call me, or you can do the HSG test after you see me. It doesn't matter. But if you're seeking pregnancy, I'm definitely going to want you to do the HSG test. If the discharge is smelly, then I recommend doing a steam and then doing the silver treatment. The silver treatment is a liquid silver that you put up your vagina, and you do that for 5 days every morning and every night. I would suggest that. The health products again. Which health products, honey? I don't know. I've been talking about so many different products. Most birth controls are going to make you gain weight. Hi, Q. Most of them are going to let you gain weight. It's just what it is. Okay, in terms of yoni eggs, everyone should most times start with a medium yoni size egg. You can do a drilled egg or you can do a non-drilled egg. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. So with the egg itself, in terms of figuring out what type of egg, usually we want to tackle something. Usually something that you want to strengthen. It can be something that's already strong and you want to make it stronger, or something that seems a little weaker and you want to strengthen it. So let's say, for example, it's your reproductive system. Then there are certain types of stones that I would suggest for that. Let's say, for example, it's your digestive system. There are certain stones I would suggest for that. So if we're talking fertility or anything reproductive, the carnelian, the jade, the green aventurine, the rose quartz, those are pretty good. My period started on the 1st of January and then on the 24th. Is that a problem? Is your period usually 23 days? If that's the case, then no. But a 23-day period is quite short though. Yes, PCOS can be corrected. The womb tea is 1,000 Jamaican. The red maca is 2,000 Jamaican. The Supreme Cleanse should be taken for 3 months straight. If you took the pregnancy test on the 19th, I don't know. It depends on when your period was and when it ended, if that's too early. I would have to know more information. The hormonal tea, you should be taking it every day. Every day. Well, I'm glad. So she's saying that she used the womb tea after her miscarriage. And they said they saw a cyst. And then when they went to do a checkup today, they saw no cyst. So that's fabulous, fabulous news. Fabulous news. If you need to purchase my products and you are in the US or any other part of the world, you can go on our website, www.cosmicwoman.com, and place an order for your products. If you are menopausal, can it be done just for maintaining healthy female parts? Yes, for sure. You definitely can use it still. If you are in Jamaica, you can send a message to our Jamaica office number, which is 406-2764. And you can call, you can WhatsApp, or you can call and place your order. We deliver, you can come pick up, whatever you want to do, but they are also available here in Jamaica. I was saying evening primrose, vitamin C, CoQ10, and of course the castor oil treatment. I am in New Kingston, 10 Argyle Road, Kingston 10. Yes, you should have a period after 40. You can even have a period after 50. If you want to do a steam, just send us a message, a DM message or a WhatsApp message, and place your order for your steam, and you can steam, or you can come to the office and steam, whichever you prefer. Any type of cyst or any kind of mass or even a polyp or anything can create the ovary to be larger than it should be. Okay, for sure. Yoni toning classes are on. We actually had a yoni toning class last night. So you're going to have to wait until next month to get onto that yoni toning class, unless you want a one-on-one yoni toning class. You can just buy products if you want to. You don't have to do a consultation. I just usually recommend doing a consultation because it helps me to be able to give you the best treatment plan, you know, so that you can get the results that you want instead of like skipping and guessing and that type of thing. Balancing pH, I would say probiotics, at least 50 billion cultures or more. I would also say I would do a vaginal steam. I would also do a silver treatment, and I would also clean your blood. Those things would be important. 26 days. Okay, so if it's going to 23 days, then I don't know. We need to bring it back to 26. PCOS and ovarian cysts. So those could be two different things. But the thing that PCOS and ovarian cysts have in common are that they're cysts. And the cysts are around the ovary. Now, there is some PCOS that has no physical evidence of cysts around the ovary. Okay. But there are some PCOS that you can see the cysts. And for some, they would have to do a blood test to see if they actually have PCOS. An ovarian cyst, a simple cyst, most of those types of cysts you can see on a pelvic ultrasound. They are both estrogen-driven issues, and so you have to get to the root of the issue, which is the liver, and balancing the hormones to remove either one of them. I would say give yourself a week and take another test and see. Seeing a pink spot for a day is not a problem, as long as that's not dragging out to 2 days and 3 days and that type of thing. I appreciate you and your special gift you're sharing with us. You're truly a blessing. You're more than welcome, Goddess. You are definitely more than welcome. Is a HSG test painful? I'm so scared, laugh out loud. I've actually heard that it is painful. I've never done one. Out of all the tests that I've done in my life, which are a lot, I have never done an HSG test. I do hear that it is a little or a lot uncomfortable depending on the woman. But it's the only way that we can see what's going on with your tubes. So I recommend it if fertility is the goal and fertility has not been happening. Is the womb tea available in Cayman? It is not available in Cayman at this time. And if you know someone that wants to start bringing it in and taking from Cayman and ordering it from us, let me know, because we're always open for that and ambassadors. But you can order online and we can ship it to Cayman for you from the States. I heard an OB/GYN say we should not use yoni eggs. It's not safe. Is that true? Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how much that OB/GYN has an understanding of yoni eggs or holistic healing, but yoni eggs are definitely safe as long as they are healing crystals, as long as you clean them properly. They definitely are fantastic, and I've seen a lot of wonderful, wonderful healing from them. CoQ10 is a supplement that helps with your ovaries and helps with fertility. Okay, so the doctors are against it because that's not what they're taught. Doctors and OB/GYNs, I should say, are taught to diagnose, taught to do surgery, taught to deliver babies. They're taught to do certain things. They're not taught about the holistic world. They would have to go out of their way to now have an understanding of that. Now, another thing, the steam, yes, I wish that they would have a better understanding about the steam, because the steam has been happening for generations upon Jesus' time and maybe even before that. Okay, in terms of the yoni pearl, I understand them not being a fan of that. I am actually not a huge fan of it. I think it creates more harm than good as well. So it's really just about understanding what's going on and not just doing things because it is a fad. But I don't like some of the herbs that are used in the steams that I see selling. I don't like them. I would never use those herbs on myself to steam, much less to give it to someone else. And they're using them. So I can understand maybe if the doctor doesn't agree with it, because I wouldn't agree with those herbs either. So when you're getting your herbs and your steams and your things and you're buying these yoni pearls and all these things, please buy these things from people who have education and certifications to prove that they know what they're doing, not just taking up a fad because every woman's getting a little bit open. So here we are, now we're gonna just sell pussy stuff and vagina stuff because that's what sells. We don't want to buy products from those people. You want to buy products from people that if something goes wrong when you use that product, they can give you something to undo that shit. Okay? Yes, DM me, please. I still haven't received the email you promised me. I want to be able to get the products you recommended in your consultation. Okay, you should get that tonight or in the morning. Anytime that I do not send the treatment plan at least 20 to 30 minutes after the consultation, it's usually because I got called into the hospital or something like that happened. So please bear with me. If you have not gotten your treatment plan and you did your consultation today, you will get it by tomorrow. Or if you did it the day before, you'll get it tomorrow. Okay? What helps to treat fibroids? A lot of things help to treat fibroids. Castor oil treatment, being on a plant-based female vitamin, vitamin D3, Vitex, a lot of different things we can use for the fibroids. I should have a career in being a fertility doctor. I'm a fertility specialist. What do you mean? Of course. We get pregnant, help women get pregnant every day. Every day I get a message, a WhatsApp message about I'm pregnant. I would consider myself that already. I'm being so enough. What would you recommend for reoccurring BV? Okay, so the BV thing, again, of course, it's your gut. So you gotta work on your gut, okay? Gotta get your pH right. The probiotics, your silver treatment from Cosmic Woman, your steam from Cosmic Woman, those things are gonna be great for you. You might even need a padsicle because maybe your BV has gotten so bad or is so chronic that you would need a padsicle, which is a pad of herbs. It's a pad that has herbs in it that's cold, and you put it on your panty, and it really helps to remove a lot of the things that would make your body have, or your vagina pH be off. I do not believe in yoni pearls, and I do not believe in boric acid. They are not good. I agree with your doctor or your OBGYN. I would not recommend them either. You guys realize I do not sell them. I do not recommend them. Yes, you should add our facial herbs to the water. So just send us a DM or a WhatsApp message and we can get the facial herbs to you and your kit so that you can steam in a healthy manner. Okay. So guys, it's coming up to that time. And I just want to thank you all for bringing your questions. It's always very, very important for me to answer the questions that you guys have so that you can start the healing process with me or without me, okay? So it's not just about awareness, but it's also about healing the masses, healing the woman. If we all get our healing and we become the best versions of ourselves, the world is going to in turn be the best version of itself. It starts with us. We have to get ourselves in right. So thank you for your questions. If you have any other questions whatsoever, send us a DM, send us a WhatsApp message so we can answer those questions. If you are not following the Vagina Lady on Instagram, please do so. And if you're not following Cosmic Woman on YouTube, please do so as well. We have content coming out and we want you to be able to be exposed to all the content. Thank you guys again for tuning in. There is a pelvic strengthening class tomorrow. If you know a gentleman that might want to do that, or you want to introduce him to that because he might be a little open-minded, please do so. Again, thanks so much, guys. Love and light to all of you. Blessings.